are ridiculous.
What the hell?
Shit kicker flip flops. I'm telling you, 2 things I hate.
What the hell?
Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop
you
it.
can't unsee
It's
that.
a real thing. It's a cowboy boot
And
with
she's all
the
excited
top of
about
your
it.
foot cut out.
She's like,
basically.
look, baby, you can get this for me.
No. Sasha, knock it off. I wish I would have seen that before I saw
Why
it.
the hell would you do that? Why do you need that?
I know. And like I said, I wish I would have seen that earlier because I saw Sasha today and I would have told her you were insane. She likes the Steelers, so we already know that she's insane.
Dude, maybe it was the year that the Broncos got their ass handed to them by
The
the Colts,
Steelers? Oh, okay. Yeah.
by the Colts in the Super Bowl
Yeah.
in New York. That year,
Well, the Broncos can't play the Colts in the Super Bowl, but
who was
It was in a playoff game.
Patriots?
No, it was a playoff game.
No, in the Super Bowl. Oh, the Seahawks.
Yes, thank you, Seahawks. Very beginning of that season, preseason, Sasha and I made a bet that if Steelers went to the Super Bowl, I'd have to buy her 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, and if Broncos went to the Super Bowl, she had to buy me 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Broncos went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I just traded out for money though.
Oh, yeah. I would have too. Because at that point, it would have been real hard for her to get tickets anyway.
I would have been so damn sad
Being there
had
and
I
watching that,
been there. Oh man!
the second that the first snap and it went over Manny's head, I was like, nah.
Oh, bro.
not
Yeah, that
happening.
was the omen right there.
Oh.
Like, here comes choke artist.
I remember seeing that first snap in it. My head just went into.
Well, we were all
hands.
together. We were all together, and we were just
You and Peyton.
They
Peyton
had
was
a
already
room.
doing it too. He was like,
Oh,
shit.
We had a room full of people just silent, except for like Angelo and
The haters.
Yeah, the Chiefs fans were all
Yeah.
kinds of enjoying watching us. Yeah, watching us cry.
all the
you know,
Chiefs fans. I didn't appreciate it.
But you've lived here long enough and visited long enough and had family ties here
You're
long
a
enough. that
Bronco fan at heart.
Yeah.
You got drugged to Kansas City. That's not your fault, Jay.
Yep. Pretty much.
Check us out on YouTube. I screwed it up royally the other day, but we are back online.
We were there yesterday too. Yeah, we were there.
I wasn't.
Yeah. Actually, Dub's mom got to go back and watch the show.
Yeah,
on
man.
YouTube
She
yesterday.
said thank you very much. And when I was telling her on the phone, she gave me the aww thing. So I was like, all right, y'all did a good thing. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was awfully nice of you guys.
Let's do this correctly because Gary
Yep.
flubered this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want to thank the ever sexy fairies at Tincture Bell and the handsome dudes that help make the best topicals and edibles in the state, probably in the country, but we can't compare them yet because that's mighty illegal. So SoCo MJ, home of the giant pre-rolls, they got these things for $1 like 50 different times throughout the year. They never need a super good reason to give these things out. They just like doing it. So go visit those guys. M&J Construction. If you need a deck built, if you need a grow room built, if you need a cabinet in your kitchen redone, call these guys. M&J Construction right here in the Springs. Rub and Grub KC Barbecue. Fall off the bone ribs, brisket, pork, pulled chicken, like everything on a sandwich, beef on bun. You know what I'm saying? So best barbecue in the Front Range, hands down, no arguments. Pipes Peak, Canyon City in Colorado Springs. Premier head shops out here in Colorado, supplying you with all the smoking gadgets that you could think of, the coolest accessories, tote bags, everything that you need to smoke, right? Club Pothole and Mr. Nice Guy, 2 of the dopest vape clubs here in town in Colorado Springs, giving people a quality place and an alternative to the bar. So go check both those places out. We got 420 Speakeasy, one of our back caves that we hang out at a lot, and Vanderpool Productions throws a lot of their shows, which is a branch a part of Weed Pimp. So Joshua Tattoos for keeping everybody looking sharp on their ink game. And as always, weedpimpstore.com.
Yes, thank you, Jada. Yeah, yesterday I did the lowest budget possible version of that.
Threw in Josh at the very end of the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, we looked at each other and we're like, man, we haven't said the sponsors once.
Yep.
Once.
That's why it's important, ladies and gentlemen. When you form a company, train everybody in every position.
Yeah, you know, like J-Dub just does that every day.
If Dustin
And he
here, we
just-
don't got a phone call. If I'm not here, we don't know who
Oh, I
sponsors
did,
the show.
I did the phone, but I saw how.
We called like 5 times.
Oh, I
before you
realized
answered.
how hard it is to see that damn blink, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm staring at Dustin
It
like
is,
these dudes
man.
don't see the light.
Yeah, it's so hard. It doesn't matter where you put it because you get into conversation and you're looking at the people you're talking to, and the blink is so small it doesn't even catch your peripheral, bro.
I know.
Like, you know,
You
like
really have to.
stare at the light.
It's almost like your side view mirrors in your car. You know, you just gotta glance at them every now and then, whether you're changing lanes or not. You just kind of gotta check it.
And we had so many people in here yesterday. We were just partying because you guys were gone.
Yeah.
Dude, I know.
We did have someone eventually just staring there, and they'd be like, I'd be like, oh,
Yeah, we were talking. We were like, oh, Drew Haha's on the show. That was Gary and Drew Ha and
Oh, there's Pete from Piper
Chris.
Peak. All right,
Yeah,
he's there.
there's Tom. I mean, there's Ma Hi Ma.
you know?
You know, it's like
Even Trey said a
That's
couple
how
words.
yeah, it was like
Oh, I
every,
said we were partying.
every couple of minutes a new voice would pop
Yeah.
on there. I was like, dang, they're getting it in today.
I want to talk to Gary about voices. Should we?
Yeah.
Because I just got a little something to say about something. I'm up here now. I'm smoking, you know. And my preferred method is going to be like a bowl, you know, because I got this corn cob pop
Oh, really?
that my grandpappy had given me
Oh.
back in the day.
We were all wrong. We were all wrong.
but
We were all wrong.
yeah, that was perfect.
I thought for
Yeah.
sure you guys would peg me because I do that
No.
Daryl voice all the time.
No,
Yeah, that's the
No.
Daryl voice.
no, Diablo thought it was Dustin. Myself and Mile High Ma thought it was Trey. Yeah, you know, like, yeah.
You were like, just send me an email. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I ain't got no damn email. And then y'all fuckers hung up on me.
Oh, yeah, you got us
Yeah.
good, bro.
And then we come into the show today, and Gary's like, I know who that was. I'm sure I know who that was. And me and J-Dub are just sitting there laughing.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, well, you got us. That was good. I mean, even the producer was like, man, whoever that caller was, you know, he was like, that was cool though. He was like, that was. I was like, what the hell was that?
email.
I want to go serious real quick because I looked up and I just seen your headline that you pulled up, and I think that's pretty dope. I mean, I'm not upset about paying the taxes. I think they're kind of excessive, but at the same time, I do want streets fixed, street lights back on,
Well, wait a
trash
second.
companies running. So if that's what I read it as, and that's what it actually
Well,
is, that's
the
kind of
head-
cool for a second.
Yeah, well, I will take advantage that day.
Yeah,
If that's what I'm thinking it
He's saying
is.
Gary, of course.
Dude, I get
Right?
to save money.
Yeah, Gary. So what this is saying is Colorado to offer a 1-day tax holiday on marijuana. Let me see where this is. This is the Denver
It's
Post.
a Denver Post. That's
Yeah.
the first thing I
Denver
looked at.
Post. So I would say this is pretty credible. Colorado will repeal sales tax on marijuana on September 16th, thanks to a quirk in
And
its
then before you
constitution. Okay, do it. Beep, 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 beep. September 16th. Marijuana is tax-free in Colorado.
Is that rec and med or just the
Let's
rec?
read on.
It says
Probably just
marijuana.
rec, right?
No, it says on marijuana.
It says on marijuana, September
Yeah, but they're
16th.
separate.
The
mean, hey.
one-time only holiday from the 10% state sales tax on recreational pot is likely to generate buzz in the first state in the nation. to
I already
legalize
changed my
marijuana.
mind.
The little noticed provision is part of a larger bill that Governor John Hickenlooper signed into law Thursday that includes a ballot initiative in November and a permanent tax cut on recreational pot sales in 2017. This fiscal glitch that we have with the Constitution, that's part of the magic of living in Colorado, the Democratic governor said, the impetus is the taxpayers' Bill of Rights, a measure. Come on, let's hear it. The constitutional provision requires voters to approve new taxes based on estimates of collections and state spending. And if the actual amount exceeds the estimates, refunds are in order. So Colorado isn't collecting more pot taxes than expected. Actually, the amount is far less than the projections, but total state spending exceeds initial estimates because of improving the economy. So it still didn't say shit why we got a 1 day no tax.
I read a post the other day that said they raised 34 million, 3.4 million with the schools, and crime rates down 15%. So your argument with legalizing weed and what the ramifications could be is ludicrous.
The focus of the bill, however, is the ballot question this fall. The state will ask the voters permission to keep the estimated $58 million in taxes.
Yeah, remember when we were reporting on that a few weeks ago? When I was like, yo, the state just wants to ask us if they can keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it. If you're promised you're going to use it on something beneficial to either the economy or the infrastructure of our state or the education system, like pick something good and maybe, yeah, we'll let you have it.
I agree because I was actually just watching some sort of news clip somewhere. Can't exactly remember where it was, but if they give that back, all Coloradans are expected to get something like $1.58. So, it's like, do you want that? Yeah, you want to stick it to the man every chance you get.
But what are you going to do with that $1.58?
If you're going to take my $1.58 and put it into schools or put it into these damn potholes that are freaking everywhere in Colorado, huge potholes, a foot deep. You know what I mean?
30 feet long. The pot valleys that our robot talked about.
Yeah, because I'm just going to buy like blunt wraps or gummy bears, like really like keep all that $1.58 and put it towards some, like schools.
Yeah, schools.
That's what it needs. That needs to be the number one. The school systems need to be the first thing to get money funneled to.
Now they were supposed to. They were supposed to be the first ones, and I don't know exactly. Excuse me.
Hot tamales have struck you, and here's cinnamon, ladies and
gentlemen. Wow, I don't want no more of those. Schools were supposed to. You remember when they came out with the first?
And so 10% is all. So you said 10% of what?
In that particular thing that I saw, I don't know if that was an actual study, but it seems like something they would do. Keep most of it and give a little bit back. So. Yeah, man.
We already said hot tamales, man. They're good. We already said. Yeah, I mean, if there was $35 million to spend, maybe they should have put a little more than $3.4 million to schools.
Right. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I just saw that. It was one of the first things that popped up on us.
Oh man.
Did you guys hear our anti-pot versus anti-masturbation?
I think we got most of them right.
Yeah, you said that. I was rolling my eyes. Stop. Me and J-Love were in the car like, anti-masturbation, anti-pot.
I think we got about a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, and in that, because you were reading about how the prohibition started in the first place, and one of them was this, blank leads to, and it was like murder, rape, all that, and it's an actual government official.
That was the one that I got right away.
1936.
Mm-hmm. That was the year.
Then it leads to rape, murder.
The year of prohibition, or it was like
37.
Yeah, it was right around when they started marijuana.
A lot of them were from 36. And I quiz did yesterday, like 1936.
Well, that's when all the propaganda was tough,
heavy,
and then in 37 or 8, or man, I should know this because we've talked about it 100 times, but that's the year that it actually went like full on prohibition. Like, no more of this. It's not just we're gonna try to bribe you into it's illegal. It's actually illegal now, so don't even mess with that.
Yeah. Like this dude had turned into a bat and believed that murder, rape, and incest would come from smoking marijuana.
Yeah, but who's dumber, him or the
Everybody,
peers that
yeah.
believed him? Because I don't know, bro. Even if you think witchcraft is evil and this and that, have you ever seen a pointy hat witch with a green face and a wart? Like, no, those kind of propaganda. Yes, there's Wicca out there. Yes, there's Wiccan cults and gatherings and this and that.
And the ones that I know are pretty nice.
Yeah, man.
You know,
most of
sweet
your quote
individuals.
unquote witches are pretty nice people, man, and they're not out there, boiling rabbits and rat feet and garlic and whatever. They're out there just doing their own thing and believing what they believe and practicing the potions and healing methods they believe in, which is, you're right, but does that make you a wart-having, green-faced, pointy-nosed, pointy-hat, broom-riding person? Absolutely not.
Maybe.
So cocaine-crazed Negro is what you'll end up if you use narcotics back in the 30s, and then they started the hatred of the Mexican border and this and that. They tied it all into marijuana, which is where we started using that term in a wrong sense anyways. Yeah, man, it's all kinds of corrupt.
I just don't understand why they wanted to pick these these things that are harmless, and they wanted to demonize them. Like even the ones that were about masturbation were, you'll become epileptic, insane, like an idiot. Like, it's like, why? Like, why are you putting that out there? Like, why do you have these problems?
I'd probably be a pretty huge idiot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a 35-year-old male.
Someone in
I lived a long life.
Someone in 1942 with epilepsy is all like, so I'm an idiot?
Yeah,
Are you a druggie, mom?
Yeah,
Is that why I'm like this?
Right.
That's what that leads to. It crushes their
One
own
time I touched
self-esteem.
myself and I have seizures. This is K-High, a high driving 5 with the weed pimps. We're going to pay some bills, smoke something. We'll be right back.
WeedPimpStore.com. Shop there with your brother and your mom.
Sometimes obviously this going to be a prison. Believe only half of what you hear, but everything
that I'm spitting.
So here it is.
The perception pyramid.
Say your parents raised
Two
fearless kids. This is Frank G
and T-Bond.
Hey,
how much do you have? I think the wall will help.
We're fighting over chargers.
Word. Hey, is my mic good? Mic 3? Do I need to come up or?
You can bring it down a little bit.
Oh, mic 3 needs to come down. Okay. How about now?
Sounds alright. Mic 3 just sucks.
Okay.
Shit, Mike.
You want him on mic 4?
Mic 4 is worse. And mic 4 has to go.
Go on mic 4.
It has to go all the way up though.
Good talk.
Mic 4.
Mic 4 sounds good, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck Mic 3. That thing sucks.
Okay. Turn it down then. Turn mic 3 down.
Mark 3's off.
Okay.
Fuck Mike 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's Mic 3.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of hot tamale fish cinnamon for that Buster Ash motherfucker.
We've got about 2 minutes.
All right.
Hey, is this your song?
No.
Oh, speaking of songs,
That's
Ro
old.
wants his Weed Pimp anthem to have all 4 of us on it too, and he said he would write it, and we just have to, rap it.
Have to.
He said he's gonna write 8 bars for each of us, and we just have to rap it, and we just have to go record it.
Cool.
Will you hand me the downstick? Is there a glass container in there at all? In the big part? Is there one in there? No, I totally left it in.
It's all good. I can't dab.
No. Your lungs all fucked off right now or something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Bad.
Bro, the sickness?
Yeah. I didn't really get too sick, but my lungs got sick as fuck.
Yeah, you didn't get sick because I've seen you sick.
Yeah.
You weren't sick. You might not
I
have
didn't-
gone up the bar.
Yeah, I didn't
But you
feel great, but I wasn't
Dustin sick is like shut down.
Yeah.
Like he'll work through it, but he's shut the fuck down.
Mm-hmm. I've been fucking not sleeping like a motherfucker.
Yeah, me either.
I'm about to tears the fuck out tonight.
I'm going to meet those people in Manitou, and then I might stop by the Vape Club for a while, but I don't have plans of much.
Here we go in 30. Stand by.
All right,
Let me know.
Gave my kids their mom back
When's the
was
next show?
cannabis, also known as medical
There's
marijuana.
something tomorrow,
With medical
but the next
marijuana,
Friday
I
is
can
gonna
walk,
be a big show.
maintain my weight, and I can be a mom. Without it, my doctors believed that I would die. To learn more about medical marijuana, contact Marijuana Policy Project at 1-877-JOIN-MPP or on the web at mpp.org.
For your morning sativa or your evening indica, K-High, the weed talk station.
It's Dante. You're listening to the High Drive at 5 on K-High.
Ladies and gentlemen out there in K-High Radio Network land, this is the Weed Pimps. You're on letstalkpot.com. And the next person to make our phone line light up at 719-591-KUSH is going with the Weed Pimps to the U.S. Cannabis Expo.
Damn, just like that.
Just like that.
I like it. I like your style.
Yep, chewing hot tamales, coughing, making announcements. It's how we roll.
Y'all check us out on the YouTube. I got us hooked up today. I didn't mess anything up. Thank goodness. I think we should give out a pair on both sides of the phone lines and YouTube.
All right. Yep, because she did say bring as many people as you can. So
We will. We will bring a lot.
I need to pull up the YouTube link on my computer here.
Gary, you did pretty good yesterday. You and Diablo. I was actually kind of surprised how much
And I
you two
knew.
talked.
I knew you were gonna be. I knew you were gonna be.
Shit.
I knew you were gonna be.
J-Dub said when he told you, you was like, no, J-Dub, no.
No, I told Diablo at first. I was like, they need to play a repeat.
Yeah, Gary straight his knees started knocking.
Did I not call that?
Yeah. Oh
Did I
yeah.
not call
Oh
that?
yeah.
No, yeah.
Hey, we got a caller. Give us a
Uh-oh.
sec.
K-Hi, you're with us.
Oh, hold on, caller. There you
Now
go.
you're with us.
We
Uh-oh.
Hi, guys.
What up, pimp?
Am I clocking the phone line so you can get a real winner?
Hey, bro, you were great yesterday.
Thank you.
Thanks for holding down the
I
show.
didn't really do much. I tried to fill in as J-Dub and just keep the rig rolling.
Uncle J-Dub.
Yeah, Uncle Dub.
I feel so honored to be in the same group as like
Cat Dub P.
I feel honored to be in the same group as like Snoop and Luke. You know what I'm saying? Like got that uncle before my name.
Uncle, right?
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like I'm
Uncle
established.
Dub,
I'm up in here, swinging my hair.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm proud to be acknowledged and represented with the rest of the Wheat Pimp family.
Oh, bro, as long
You
as you
are.
smile and tote good
Yeah.
greens, you're representing. That's for sure.
Yeah, you got a few notches on the board. You know
I
what
told him
mean?
yesterday, I said, Drew's the whatever man. I was like, he seems to be the guy that whatever we need to get done, he's
Yeah.
always volunteering to do it, you know?
I was the self-proclaimed driver, but maybe I'm just the cleaner.
You're the fixer, Drew. You're what we call the fixer.
Yeah.
And please make my eggs extra juicy with onions for me.
I will, and I promise I'll leave a little butt crack showing as well.
Yeah. Diamonds on my neck, a couple on my toes.
Man, I love you guys.
Right on. Much love right back at you, pimp.
We do.
Aha.
Yeah. You know,
Man, that's the
he
homie.
sounds so much different from hearing him on the show yesterday. Sounds like a nice, smooth talker. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of wants a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a good radio voice. I dig Drew's radio voice.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah. And he calls the other hosts at other shows too. So, you know, he's one of those dudes that he'll call in and he'll be like, what up? You know, he'll just call hosts. You know, like
Yeah, man.
he calls our
Yeah.
boy Cliff. You know, like
Yeah.
on his show. Yeah.
Dude, Drew is the equivalent. We're gonna talk about how pimp Drew is every single day for the rest of time, probably. But Drew is the equivalent of that commercial where they're like, in a horrible situation, and then like a good neighbor, you know, and then Drew puffs out of the blue and goes, "I got this.
Mhm.
I got it. You guys are safe. Let's go to my office. Let's say it one more time and go to my office."
You know that.
Yep. So and then everything's fine. Gary, what's happening in the Springs this weekend? What's something people should do? Because I have not had time to pay attention.
Go ahead. I just had an idea.
Yeah,
about
you just
that.
had
an epiphany
Yeah,
right
I
there.
know. He just raised his hands to the heavens. Was like,
I was like, Jesus, the
and
Savior.
it's funny because the group that
two
I have,
syllables.
the group I have tomorrow at 420 Speakeasy is called Mountains Rising. You know, and he just he had his hands all. So yeah, tomorrow 420 Speakeasy, Mountains Rising. It's like a different. It's not hip hop. You know, it's like a funk type of band. You know, like jam band type of thing. Instruments, all that stuff.
Where?
420 Speakeasy, 1532 North Circle
Who
Drive.
is it?
Mountains Rising.
I see a lot of people responding to that.
Yeah.
So,
It's because every time I do something different, they're like they get a little interested.
well, here's
Like,
the thing: is we're all hip hop heads
yeah,
for the most part. I mean, I like classic rock, blues. There's a lot of music that I'm into, but overall, if everything went away tomorrow and I had to have one left, it would be hip hop.
yeah,
You know, so
yeah. And these shows are definitely
and not everybody's that
Yeah.
way. So you pull in like the Grant Sabins or the Mountain Rising or the
Harriet. My name is Harriet. Yeah,
J. Ross last week or 2
Yeah.
weeks ago, whenever that
It
was,
was
like
last
that one
weekend.
rocked the house.
yeah.
You know, people weren't expecting. They were like, "Oh boy, another white boy with dreads. Here we go."
and
and
he
then-
murdered it.
And
Yeah,
then dude straight murked the set. So my wife was even like she was half asleep, zoned
Yeah.
out. You know, it's 12 o'clock at night. You know, she's hunched over in the chair almost, but she's like, the next day she was like, "That guy was tight, whoever that was.
yeah.
You know, that guy was good."
Yeah, these are, you know, like a lot of people come up to me at the cannabis clubs and they're like, bringing different stuff. So these are the shows, you know, like people ask for different things. These are the shows, you know, so,
It's what Weed Pimpin's about.
you know,
People ask for something, we do what we can to make it happen. If it's within legalities, if it's within reason of something that we can help them obtain their answer, then we reach out, we make it happen. And if reggae shows what the people want, that's what Gary tries to bring.
and the last 3 weeks I've had a metal show, a hip hop reggae show combination, and now, you know, like a jam band show. So, you know, it's different, you know, it's not all hip hop at all anymore, you know, like we're throwing a big mix of shows now.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was just on a side tangent. I'm sorry, in my head. I just got this dab on the end of my dab tool here. I'm getting ready to dab out, and I was just thinking, like, man, I'm at $20 a day almost over here to be in the studio because we can't smoke flower in here, you know, and stretch out the wax or vice versa. So it's straight wax the whole time we're in here, or vape pens or anything vaping. And I just loaded up this dab and I was like, dude, $20 a day. And then I thought, well, out in Cali, they're still paying up to 80 and $90 a gram.
And you know what?
You know what I mean?
just made
Today.
a lot of people mad that live here. Like, what do you mean he only pays 20? You know, like, you know,
Well,
like, 'cause
You
there's a
put
lot of
in a lot
people
of
here.
hard work, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here that will go into a dispensary and gladly pay $35, $40 for a
Yeah.
gram, and I won't look at it, bro. Like, if they tell me 25, I'm kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. And by no way, shape, or form do we ever expect that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we have good friends, man. And
yeah,
we've made a lot of good ties in the industry and in and out, you know, and every now and then one of the places that you've been friends with for 5 years hooks you up on a deal, you know, and so privileged is
Right.
is not the word here.
Hey,
It's courtesy. It's gratitude. I'm
Right.
thankful that some people like to reach out and extend a deal every now and then, and they
Right.
know that I'm going to share that with 9 people.
yeah.
You know, so their
Yeah.
product is good. It's basically I'm a billboard for the 8 other people that are going to share it with me, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I got this over here at so and so. You know, you should go check them out because they treat their people right. and I wish the whole industry was still that way. But unfortunately, over the last couple of years, there's been some infighting. And I mean, the cannabis industry isn't pregnant with that issue. Humans are jealous of other humans everywhere. It could be a copper fitting company. You know what I mean? And the two warehouse guys in the back are going to try to outdo each other for the rest of time. So I get it, but I just wish we were the community we were before, because we were crashing down walls. Not that we aren't now, but I just don't think there's the same unification that there used to be. And the only reason I even say that out loud for people to hear is we can get back to that real simple. Just put cannabis back in the front, besides yourself or your ex-partner or your current one or whatever. Gary, Dust, Diablo, and I, we all have 4 different backgrounds. We all have 4 different things we do every single day, and we come together as a unified team. We communicate. You know what I mean? Sometimes the communication gets a little hairy, but we always talk through it. We always work through our problems.
Sometimes
And
we
5
yell
years later, we're here.
I was gonna say that's usually when we start yelling.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's not always just like, okay, you're right, Dust.
No, but we
agree.
can,
I just want the industry to get back to communication.
yeah.
If we start talking to each
Yeah.
other again, then assuming what the other one says or does or thinks, we'll know because we asked them, hey, Gary, when you were kind of giving me the crooked eye yesterday, was there something I offended you with? Because I'd like to correct that. And then we move on and we throw a banging show.
All right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
everybody has conflict sometimes because we're humans and people are going to disagree on things, in every aspect. And it's just, you've got to be able to get past that. You've got to be able to.
That's as weird as that might have sounded. That's exactly how J-Dub will come up to you too. Like, hey man, is there a problem? Like,
Yeah,
that's so
right.
respectable, and I commend you on that, because if I have that same problem with Gary or really anybody, it's like, yo, what the hell's the issue, man? Like, what
right.
the hell's going on? Like, you wanna
Oh,
fight
you
this?
can ask. You can ask some
Definitely
inner
good
people.
cop, bad cop.
Oh yeah,
but
you can ask some inner people. Where me and Dustin a couple of times,
You
there's
guys
been a
don't-
couple of times
you guys don't
where-
see eye to eye on a lot of things, but you're
Yeah,
both adult enough to know that there's a dream behind all this, and that sometimes the length of your pecker doesn't matter to the overall goal.
Right.
And
But we have fun with it, and then we're kind of like, all right, stop, hug it
Dust-
out.
Dust
like-
just
He
said
usually ends up telling me I'm right.
Yeah, right.
Dust will be upset, right? And then sometimes he'll just turn off and not vocalize very much at you, and that's kind of when you
That's
know
when I
that
know he's pissed.
something's
Like,
irritating
he's
him.
mad at me, bro. He's mad at me.
So like one time, man, like we're both so passionate in the same exact goal that we were so heated, we were yelling, and we both just kind of went home, slept it off, and the next day back to the grind. And we were like, yo, dude, sorry for yelling. That was my bad. I took it out of context, la la la, and we move on. But it's funny that you say you commend me for the hey dude, is something because I wasn't always that way. I mean, I keep stuff in a lot.
You
I
get
have
there
to be
too, though.
I have
You
to be
get there
pretty
too.
upset to start, getting
And
that
they
way.
hang out with me, so I've seen it.
But for him to say that is funny, because some of the reasons that I am able to talk to the public the way I do, or jump in and try to fix the situation, is because I moved out here and watched my cousin handle phone calls with different people, because it was him and another partner. I didn't even live here yet, on the original dispensary that started off everything. And when I
Pretty
moved out here,
much. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you were
pretty
you were the
close,
one
a
that
couple
ran
months
me
later.
all over getting licensing,
Right,
and
right.
everything. Like, I mean, you were there from the beginning.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe not the very, very, very beginning, but you were there from the very, very beginning.
yeah, it was the beginning, but I mean, you guys had already started chalkboarding some ideas up and looking for buildings and stuff, and then I was like, oh, word. Well, I live here now. That'd be super dope. So yeah.
We haven't stopped yet.
Haven't
man.
stopped yet, and
It's been tough. It's been hard as hell.
but I actually learned how to be
Even, like-
responsible from this guy right here. My younger cousin taught me a lot about manhood, believe it or not,
Right.
because when bill collectors call, he answers. He talks to him. He's
Yeah.
like, this is what I'm doing. F you, you're not getting paid, or this is
Yeah.
when you're getting paid, or whatever. I'm the guy. I ducked the call for 4
Yeah,
months.
this is the dude that if I haven't responded to some messages because I'm sleeping and it's 7:30 in the morning, this dude, I'll wake up to those messages and a text from Dustin like, you should stop ignoring that guy. You know, and I'm like, bro, like, let me wake up.
I sent him a text word for word the other day that said you should stop ignoring this guy because you were supposed to call him at 7.
No, I did call him the night. I called him, and then he sent me messages when I was sleeping, and then I hadn't responded to those. And you hadn't seen me respond on Facebook, but we had talked on the phone.
Yeah.
And then so he sent me more messages on Facebook that I hadn't woken up yet. So Dustin just saw like 7 messages. But there are people out there right now that are like, that's Gary, you know, like
I
I'll
know
send-
that's you.
Like I'll send him 9 messages, but I'm not trying to ignore people. It's just that I've got dude, when I get up in the morning and then when I go to sleep, it's nonstop messages.
Communication,
All
Gary.
the
That's the
time.
point of this
But I
conversation. You
can't
gotta
communicate with everybody. I got to communicate with y'all all the time,
That's a
video
bad
owners
attitude.
all the time.
If you start your sentence off with "I can't," then you just won't be able to do
fail.
it ever.
You
Epic
respond.
fail.
How many do you all the time are too busy to respond?
before
to?
we
don't
duck
act
out
like
to
you're
it.
God though.
Not to you.
You don't. Yeah, you don't respond to me ever.
I know. I'm talking about the other people.
Yeah, right.
So long story short, everybody out there tuning in or outside, around, via marriage, partnership, whatever, this industry that is cannabis or hemp or recreation, medical, whatever side it is, start talking to each other again. It's the simplest solution ever. Every Disney movie ever taught you a moral about this. It doesn't matter if the rabbit's faster than the turtle. It matters if you stop and work as a team and just finish the race. You know, so everybody please hug each other, kiss each other, whatever you got to do. But every problem in this industry is talkable. Every single one of them.
I got a question for you guys. Totally switching subjects right before we go to commercial.
Yeah, I'm done
I
with
agree with everything you said. You guys seen the strongest strain issues from High Time, the 2015? There is no Colorado weed represented in there, and I'm going to talk about that.
We're
when we
going to
get
talk.
back.
Yeah, think about that over commercial, and even think how that's possible when the winner of the indica strain this year came from Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and we had 9 of the 15 in 2014 top strains. So we're going to figure out why Colorado didn't have a single strain in the High Time strongest strain issue for 2015. We'll see you on the flip side of these commercials. You're listening to K-High with your local weed pimps.
Weed pimps.
Weedpimpstore.com. Grab a hat.
Hip hop. Hip hop.
Long-held traditions.
Word up.
It's a flyer game up tonight.
Downtown. You should hit like a sit-down mall.
I think probably
Wow.
tomorrow during the day I'll hit up like stores and stuff, and then tomorrow night we have a show.
That's
So
kind of close to over there.
I'm thinking I need to hit Manitou too. Old Colorado City. They just been moving so fast, man.
Craigslist. All those places.
I hit up Stephanie, you know, because she's supposed to still be doing that, and I told her every outlet. I was like, even Craigslist. Yeah, I said that.
We need to get our own team that does all that because we can't count on her.
That's the thing, like even the Black Sheep has a huge street scene, but they still don't get all of the shows out to the city. It's amazing to me
How
how
do they have a
everybody-
street team? I've never even heard of them or seen them.
Well, no, that's how you see flyers though at all the places for the Black Sheep though, is because they have a street team. But you see a small percentage of their shows. No, he left to come over here.
From when he was humping the border.
We got about a minute.
Right on.
Hey, you know how like lawyers and other people will hand out matches with like the phone number of the business on the front of it?
Yeah.
You should hand out rolling papers with the Weed Pimp logo on the front of it.
Yeah, man, I'm actually good friends with Jim Gonigal over at TH Custom Rolling Papers, and it's in the works. We just have to have the budget for it.
Of course, it's such a great idea. Obviously, you guys already thought of it.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. That's awesome.
We spend so much right now on merch and stuff, you know, like we have a small percentage of what we want out, but everything is going to come.
For sure. Here we go at about 15. Stand by. Go to Bayload to haul your gear. Visit your John Deere dealer. Go Gator.
For great deals on John Deere equipment, visit Matestio Brothers Equipment in Parker or Colorado Springs. Online at pbequip.com or find us at myjohndeeredealer.com.
This is Big Lynn of K-High Radio reminding you to always be responsible when you partake of your weed. Don't do anything stupid like, you know, get caught by your parents. It's K-High. Mike's live.
NATO sure can make some dope beats. Few of the Weed Pimps. This is the High Drive at 5. We are on K-High, letstalkpot.com, YouTube. What?
We always yesterday when we were coming home from Denver, we had a meeting with one of our lawyers and whatnot, and we're driving home, we're listening to you guys. We were joking about how you and Diablo don't do the intros as often as per se Dustin and I do.
Uh-huh.
And Dustin was like, yeah man, Gary be coming on there like KI. Let's talk pot.com. 719-591 Kush.
That's my steez, bro.
Talk to us.
That's my steez.
Like no excitement to it.
And then
Yeah.
today's hot lunch will be chili
Yeah,
and
that's my
burrito.
steez. I'm lit, bro. I'm super lit. I'm trying to get the words out without stuttering and stuff. So
Good thing I'm not in charge of school
Ben
lunches. I just
Stein.
tried to feed a kid burritos
You know what?
and chili.
And Ben Stein can eat it because I just read something about Ben Stein that he's super anti-pot. Like super anti-pot.
Yeah, red eye. You don't like the red eyes?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, he was
Clear
the spokesman
eye.
for use this to clear up, you know, don't let your parents know you're stoned. He was the spokesman for it. But yeah, like I guess he hates pot. Like he hates it.
I didn't know that. We'll have to look that
Feel
up.
bad for him. He can be left all by himself here soon.
So right before we went to break, I came across an article explaining why Colorado does not have any weed
Oh, that's
in
right.
the 2015 High Times Strongest Strain issue. If you read High Times Strongest Strain issue or watch the accompanying, you might have noticed that the 2015 list lacked cannabis from a certain Rocky Mountain state that launched its legal recreational marijuana program well before any others. A strongest strain competition without Colorado Dank? How does that make sense? Especially given that the state's domination of the magazine's 2014 list, when 9 of the top 15 strongest strains came from Colorado pot shops and cultivations. So, this is what Nico Escondido explained. He's the writer for High Times for this story. It is no accident that we left Denver out of this year's rankings for the strongest strains on earth, aka the list. For starters, the Denver Cup annually produces a majority of the winners on the list. So this year we thought we'd showcase more of the great strains from other cups around the world.
Oh, so basically the bully can't play.
Yes, we
You kick
dominate.
too much ass. You
Yes.
kick too much ass.
Dank
You're like,
is
you
the
gotta
dank.
let other people play.
Yes. That's
Okay.
like I just recently got told about this guy. One of my buddies went over to his house. He's got all these trophies. He wins all these car shows, and he literally got paid by all these other car show people that bring their cars. He got paid to retire because nobody could win car shows. He had such badass cars that it was like you couldn't even compete with them. So they all paid him to retire. And that's essentially what High Times did to Colorado without paying us. They're like, y'all are too badass. It's not fair.
Yep.
It's not fair. So,
And I mean, and then we were like, we know.
last year, Denver accounted for 10 of the top 15 strains from the previous year's Cups 2013. Of course, this leads us to wonder whether Colorado's labs are doing something different in terms of procedures and protocols to produce these higher results for these Colorado residents. But they say it's for that reason alone that High Times uses, or it doesn't say alone, I put that in. It's for that reason that High Times uses 2 independent labs at every Cannabis Cup competition to bring more consistency to our lab data and improve the overall integrity of our cup. High Times has teamed up with Steep Hill Halent, one of the first national cannabis testing labs in the U.S., for an official partnership that has Steep Hill serving as one of the 2 labs at every Cannabis Cup competition we hold around the globe. Sick. Lucky to be those guys. Are badass.
Right. Is there like an application? A line? Is there a list? How do you become?
Yeah, right. So I'm just seeing if there's anything else that's very interesting here.
Oh man, I'll tell you what I got to do tonight. While you're looking that up,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go up to Manitou Springs. I'm gonna meet with another local company here in town that's moving and shaking the rug. I'm gonna sit down with Kush Designs and figure out what kind of involvement they want to be in Rock the Canyon. And I think that as entrepreneurs and self-made brands, that the more of those that come together, grassroots campaigns, we become a larger voice and we can really help positive things in the town. So I'm going to go sit down and pick those guys' brains tonight. Have maybe a pineapple and rum, share a fatty somewhere up in the mountains.
I'm gonna be running around flyering, so maybe I'll run into you somewhere.
Right? I think he said we're going to go to this place called Swirl. They have a fire. They have like a fire pit up there that you sit around and you just kind of, campfire vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm into that. Manitou, campfire, doobies, rum,
Doobie doos.
progressing the future.
Doo-doo-doo.
I think they call that living the dream. I don't know who's buying my rum yet. So, that might be the dream part. I don't know.
What did you say? An apple in a rum? Is that apple? juice?
Pineapple.
Oh, pineapple.
Yeah, it's a thing that Leanne turned me on to years ago, and now we do that. Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah. It's rare that any of us drink ever. I do see you with that pineapple rum drink though.
I actually just put I bought a bottle of some vodka, and I think it's like maybe a little bit bigger than that water bottle, whatever size that is.
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than a liter, but I don't know. But anyways,
500 milliliters.
yeah, it's a little bigger than that. And I
Yeah.
bought this bottle about maybe going on a year now. I've taken it snowboarding with me 2, 3, 4 times. And just the other day when my dog died, I took a fat drink out of it. And it's been in my freezer ever since.
Right? Yeah.
And I didn't even like it. Once I took that drink, my stomach was just like, oh, what is that?
I know, man. We suck at that side of partying nowadays.
Yeah,
The
if you
other
ever want to save your alcohol, you can leave it at a Wheat Pin Manor and it'll be safe.
Oh, dude, I got like
It'll be
6
safe.
bottles above my cabinets right now, and I don't even know what they are, but people leave them there at our big barbecues and whatnot. So if you've left liquor in my house, it's still
That's
there.
how I got to get my liquor cabinet stacked up. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, just have a couple of parties, BYOB, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And
now
Doug-
you can be your
Doug
parents.
hosts all the barbecues. That's how he ends up with all the bottles.
I walk in the
They're
room
just
like,
there.
anybody want a drink that you paid for?
I'm gonna have a BYOB, LYOB.
Yeah.
Bring your own bottle, leave your own bottle.
Right?
Yeah. Bring your bottle and leave it. BYO,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, it's funny.
Uh-oh. We're getting crashed on.
Oh yes, here
We're
we
getting
are.
crashed on.
Did we just get a special delivery to the studio of some? Is that brand new? Those
Yeah, these are the
new
gun
medals.
The gun medals.
Oh, let
Oh
me see
yeah,
this. Let me
that's
see this.
sweet. If you guys get a chance, jump on our YouTube. I'm gonna get my camera out here real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen out there in radio world, Custom Hat Pins just stopped by the studio.
Yes, sir. Check us out.
Specifically, John, and he's bringing these banging ass.
Oh, you don't even live here.
I live in
No, he's up in Boulder.
Loveland.
Yeah, further.
He drove all the way down here to hook up the weed pimps with our brand new hat pins.
Oh, and it's
I
a
am
new one. So
stoked.
we have 3 varieties of hat pin now. This is a gun metal. This is nice.
This one's slick. I'm gonna tell you right now that the gold and black ones, those pop in the clubs when the lights hit them. Even at your house at night when you walk past a lamp or something. But dude, these are, I can't imagine wouldn't do anything different.
not at all.
I got an outfit for every pin, bro. yeah, we're gonna be working on.
Get it up there.
If you guys can, I put it up here. If you guys can see that wax design right here, that's dripping. This is gonna be one of our next logos coming out with a little bit of change on there.
Dude, hold that up there one more time if you would. Like, ladies and gentlemen out there, look at the packaging and the quality of this pin. That's what you can get when you mess with these guys. These guys have been nothing short of stellar with us. They
Even better.
And this is just a network.
we're not hat pin
like,
kids, you know. Like, shout out Damien, shout out Andrew, because you guys are the hat pin kids, and we got into this game late. And custom hat pins, these guys helped us learn the hat pin game so that we knew what we were buying, how to design it, what to tell people, you know, because we don't know.
Us messing with them is a great example of why you got to get out there and do things, because like a lot of the companies we work with, we personally met them at an event.
Well, J-Dub posted something earlier about making moves.
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah,
gotta
you
be
know, like,
constantly working, constantly making moves.
Yeah, we both had a booth at an event, and we're talking to
I
each
think
other.
it was the Speakeasy Vape Club's
The Chromicon.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's what it was. And these
Yeah.
guys were set up with the I Love Pot guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
where we got our money trees hat.
Yeah.
I love that money tree
Yeah, I
hat.
still got the pin on it too. They threw me
Yeah.
out one of those, or the button. I mean, so
We're
I got
about
a button on
to
it.
we're about to hit some commercial breaks here shortly. When we get back, we're going to talk to Custom Hat Pins, and we're going to let you know how you can link up with them, get you some websites, Facebooks, what have you, because these hat pins are 100% quality. As you can see, J-Dub and I have been putting out the gold ones. We have the black and white. We now have the gunmetal. So if you have both our hat pins, you got one more to pick up as of now.
Yeah, man. And if you're a company out there, this is one of the hottest ways to billboard yourself right now. These hat pin guys out here, they take these things everywhere like baseball cards.
We're going to commercial. Okay, hi. We are the Weed Pimps. This is the High Driver 5. We'll be right back.
I'm not going to commercial. Stay right here. We've been store.com.
We got a picture from Joe Putman. He got a tattoo with the bat, the rum bat, and then the Coke logo on top of each other, because you're talking about your drink.
I only understand.
This is K-High.
Welcome in here. Well, I wouldn't bring shit in here. All right. But out here, they come up in here. Anybody can. That's Tailgate 98.5 right there, FM. DJ Michaels. This is tight, man. I was studio and everything. Yeah. This is our hangout for about 2 hours a day during the weekdays.
One of our caves.
We had to throw up this little thing to make it feel home. No, you're right though. With the white ink, I didn't think about it, but yeah, the black lights, that shit shines right back in your face. Perfect. Hell yeah.
You want to jump on the mic real quick? Talk about company.
I'll say a little bit, but this is y'all's time.
No.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
I'll throw my website on and whatnot. Cool.
Self-promote a bunch. Get business.
We have another hour to talk.
Just, I want to pay you guys for time. You guys paid me. I want to pay you.
Yeah, with being our friend, do your best to get out to Rock Canyon. Somebody.
Man, I'm really trying to.
We do have another way though. We birthed 2 more ways you can attend without attending. We'll hang your banner up for $50 or so per banner, wherever you want, however many of those you want. And we're also going to do a program this year. And in the back,
What's
it's-
the,
I don't know. I think
What's the
it's probably
terrain
around
like?
time.
Is it flat? Where it's
I
at?
think we're
Or?
probably running out of time on the road.
Because one of the
Take a
things
while
we've been
to
messing with,
get used to that.
instead of having like a booth everywhere we go, we want to get like a little ice cream bar that you can just kind of ride around like the little bike ones you've seen, you know?
That's food.
For custom hat pins though. Not
Yeah.
just to like put like a little umbrella on that shit, just wrap it up with custom hat pins.
Oh, you can have a mobile booth.
And it just kind of drag that shit around, you know?
I'm down for them having a mobile booth.
So that's what we're trying to do for sure. We were just talking about that last week.
Damn, is that legal down here?
What?
Why don't we do that?
I don't see why it wouldn't be. If it's mobile like
Just a
that,
little
and you're not selling shit, you
Box
don't
on
have
the
to
back of the thing
you know
where
what I
we
mean?
can sling some shirts and.
Because like when we were at the
hat pins and-
when we were at the Cannabis Cup, it was a big busy event, and we thought we could have gotten ourselves in front of more people if we could just roll around and not just be
Yeah.
stuck on that corner.
Right.
And hat pins doesn't need a whole business. You know, I can do what I need just on a little table and a
Right.
lights. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking at getting one of those little ice cream peddlers and just do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this came
Those
out.
things ring. We didn't forget.
I'm so glad I got one.
What? We got those.
Yeah, we just did a licensing agreement with Twisted and did 3 character pins for those guys. Came out real good. Well, they're not done yet. The artwork came out real good.
I want to get those guys to one of our shows. I'm not the biggest juggalo out there or anything like that, but this gang of kids out there that are.
Never gonna
They
do
will
it.
buy
Never gonna
tickets
do
to that show.
it.
Well,
Never
yeah,
gonna
sure.
do it.
Oh, yeah. That's where our LaFont made all their money.
I'm not throwing the juggler stuff. That's where I'll draw my line. That's the one thing I'm not doing.
It's gonna have to be Dub Productions on that one. Because that's where you're gonna make money.
Right, I know it. And
We don't have to be there. You know,
Well, see,
those
that's
kids
the-
spend their
the-
parents'
the deal that we made
Prince Louis Cannabis Club invites you to stop by and check out their spot and meet their friendly staff. Their atmosphere is very clean, relaxing, and unique, unlike any other. Try their clean, top quality, $3 visual reimbursement apps all day, every day. Also, check out their pipes, bonds, and wax rigs. You can also hang out in their fun-filled game system area as well. Mr. Nice Guy is located at 523 South Circle Drive in the Save a Lot Shopping Center. Come check out our daily specials. Mr. Nice Guys are exactly that. Nice guys.
If the weed talk on K-High is giving you a contact buzz, then just turn it down a little. K-High, the weed.
The water's fresh every day. That is.
Hour number 2.
I got that. I got it. I got it. I was all over it.
Did you guys hear that thing? Hey, if the K-High channel's giving you a contact buzz, turn it down a little bit. We can't turn it down.
can't
We got
turn
the
us down.
dankest weed that ain't even allowed in the cups no damn more. Like we're loud as shit out here. You can hear our weed from Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? They're like, damn, Colorado is on one today.
We are the new Amsterdam, and
Oh,
damn proud of it.
Yep.
We are K-High. Well, no, we are the Weed Pimps.
Yep.
We are on K-High, and we have custom hat pins with us. We're going to ask him to step up and maybe give us a little information
Get
about
right
your
up on
company.
that mic.
Get right up on top of it.
Yes,
You
sir.
said Amsterdam. I had to point out that I'm wearing a shirt that I got in Amsterdam.
I love it.
You know, 1999, 2000. So yeah. Anyway,
Right
kicking this
before
one for
we
a while.
became
How
New
was
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam?
right?
How was Amsterdam?
It was wonderful. We went there because it was this whole pact that my friends made in high school. Like 1999 was supposed to be the end of the world, right? New Year's
Yeah.
Eve, 1999. We're like, well, if that's happening, we're going to be in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So we planned our trip, and that's where we were, just in case
New
she
Year's
went down.
Eve?
New Year's Eve.
New
I
Year's
was on the wall in Dam Square. One of the coolest moments of my life. Everybody there spoke a different language, and they played John Lennon's Imagine. Everybody spoke English right then. Everyone sang,
Oh.
like they all sang the lyrics. The streets were filled with music. It was
The whole
hell, but
whole entire human population speaks freedom, brother.
Yeah, right.
We all
Right.
speak freedom, just not all of us are allowed to voice it loud enough for people to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it's customhatpins.com. If you're looking for us on Instagram, it's just Custom Hat
Get a
Pins. If
little
you're looking
closer.
at us on Facebook, it's Custom Hat Pins. We do the custom packaging. That's what sets us apart from all the different hat pin companies. A lot of people make hat pins. Not everybody does it as good as we do it. We got the customer service. We got the custom packaging. We'll deliver it right to your studio if you're local.
Hold up. These guys even got the Pinterest game on lock.
Right?
Check them out.
Dang. Well, they're pins.
You should
Now you got my wife
like,
on it.
go on Pinterest and like Hot. He's the only rapper I know with the Pinterest thing.
What is Pinterest?
I have no idea.
It's kind of like Instagram for just. It started off mainly for females as a marketing between themselves, but now it's kind of
I thought it was like a
broadening the
recipe sharing.
yeah,
service.
recipes,
It's kind of that.
recipes, sewing, all the home remedy ideas that people come up with or the products they like, they post it on there and talk about it. You know, so it's really a great marketing thing
I
that
think,
started off kind of that way, and now it's like you should use that because people look at it like an Angie's List or a Craigslist or any of that kind of stuff.
yeah, I need to check that out.
Yeah, we use
need
it
to
for
get
sure.
on there.
I use it personally. I build stuff. So I'm always on Pinterest looking at like, how am I going to take this cool piece of wood over here and make it into a bench for my kids or, a swing set or something like that.
Right.
Hey, heck yeah, man. So how long you guys been doing these custom hat pins?
Custom Hat Pins is coming up on a year that we've actually been in business as a pen company. Now, as a graphic artist and working as a production manager, I've been doing this for right at 20 years now. My partner's been doing it for 15. He's a little younger than me. But we've known each other for about 12 years now. And there's nothing about the manufacturing business that we don't know. That's what makes us so good at our jobs is we've done this before. We know how to do it. I'm not some kid sitting in his basement, taking 100 pins at a time and trying to get them printed through Alibaba. No, that's not how we work. Everything is done professionally. We do all the graphics in-house. We do that for free. It's something I've been doing my whole life, and I really love doing it. So, hit us up. Let us do your pins.
Well, man, you can really tell with your customer service. There wasn't a single point. We had a little miscommunication with some coloring on one of our first pins, and you guys stood right up to the plate, took care of us, and actually we ended up getting a better deal than we had even planned on because you guys take care of. I feel just this was our first order from you guys, and I just want to send an appreciation because you guys took extra good care of us, and we appreciate that.
Well, and that's something that's important too. I live my life around customer service. I know what it's like to be a customer. I go out and buy stuff every day. I want to be treated a certain way. Everybody wants to be treated a certain way. When someone messes something up, like you were talking about the color, I've worked with people in the past, vendors who will not answer the phone when they know something's wrong. If I know something's wrong, I'm definitely going to answer the phone because I don't want you mad at me.
Right.
You're going to get mad at
You
me
want
if you
that
can't get a
return
hold of me.
business.
But if I talk to you and I tell you what's going on, you're more likely to be, okay, that guy's cool. So,
And that was exactly it. We felt comfortable the whole time, and I just got to tell you guys, outstanding customer service.
Yeah, and man, back to everything about this is custom. Everything, because the packaging is like we made the
It's
there's
like a
Weed
business
Pimp
card
all
for
over
Weed
it. Yeah.
Pimp and custom hat
It's
pins.
got our weedpimpstore.com on it. Our
I tell
Facebook.
people to keep it, the backing and the
Yeah.
packaging, and pass that on to the next person that asks them where they got that weed
I mean,
pimp hat pin.
the O in custom is the logo. Like they
Well, and that's part of the
really,
deal, too.
They go all
the
out.
packaging
Yeah.
itself is a marketing opportunity for anybody that has
Yeah.
it. One of the things we also do with the pins, and I gotta bring to light the word custom. We have this one client, super cool, comes to us all the time with this stuff. But what he does is he'll sketch his idea very roughly, like on a cocktail napkin, for lack of a better example. And I'll take that and we'll work it into a pen for him. We'll send him back some graphics that he loves. And then once you got what you like, we'll turn that into a pen for you. So you don't have to be a mastermind artist. You just have to have a good idea. What was his name? I can't remember the guy that did Beavis and Butthead. He wasn't a great artist, but he had
Mike
a great
Judge.
idea. Yeah, Mike Judge. He had a great idea, right? I mean, he wasn't the greatest artist.
Yeah, so you guys, you're fully custom. So I've seen pins that got like sparklies in them, gold sparklies, different color sparklies. You guys do all that?
We recently did a pin that's 18 colors, glow, glitter. I mean, every kind of bell and whistle you can put on.
Glow?
We numbered the back. Yeah, it glows in the dark and everything. I mean, it's cool.
Damn.
as hell.
So So we could do.
You hear that, J-Dub? We gotta do some glow in the dark.
Well, no, I
Glow
think
in the
we
dark glitter
we could
number
do-
pins.
on the flag. We could do the flag.
Yeah,
one?
for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's we're gonna be spending so much money on hat pins.
People like the hat pins though. We gotta get people what they
Yeah,
want.
man, I love them. I really enjoy
Me too. I mean, since we got into it, I wasn't really a collector of the pins. I've always been a collector of artwork. But what I like about being a graphic artist is being able to design something on the computer and see it come to life. Well, this is cooler than being able to print something on a piece of paper. You've got an actual 3D die-stamped version of your art at that point. That's some cool stuff. I love that. I mean, from a production standpoint, that's why I love making pins so much. Is I've actually got this huge collection of great artwork that people have turned into these pins.
Disneyland actually makes a giant game out of these pins where you can buy like pins in each store, and then you buy a lanyard or something, and you walk around. A lanyard, yeah. You walk around. Yeah, I worked with Diablo.
We make those too.
Yeah, you walk around, and everybody that works there has pins on them, and you can go trade with them. And you know, like this ride attendant, you know, might have a super limited edition collectors or whatever, and they just make a giant. I saw that the whole week I was there.
Right.
Kids just running up to every employee trying to trade pins. You know, like.
That's awesome. Yeah.
One thing, I'm an Instagram semi-junkie these days. I've started playing with that heavy over the last year or so, and I love it. It's actually done us wonders. But one of the cool things about these custom hat pin guys, I'm gonna blow smoke up while they're right here, because I get on Instagram every morning and Facebook. I'm not even out of bed yet, you know, and I'm starting my social media time, because once I'm out of bed, it's go time. You know, I don't have any more time for just sitting there scrolling on Facebook. So I'm laying there in the morning sometimes, you know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I scroll through Instagram and boom, custom hat pins comes up. And what's on there? Our hat pins. Yeah, Weed Pimp hat pins. And they're talking about Weed Pimp and custom pins. Like, they will not only make your pins for you, give you a business card to hand out after your pin comes off of it, but they'll promote you too.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to promote themselves solely. You know, they go on Instagram and I see my Weed Pimp stuff on their page, on their posts and stuff, and I'm like, these guys are promoting us.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, thank you
Well,
all
and I
much.
can't tell you how many pins we've sold for our customers because of that promotion, because of that self-promotion that we do for everybody else. That's part of it. You got to help each other out. I mean, it's part of being.
That is why you make our pins.
And that's why you will continue to make pins.
Because at first we were like, oh man, pins cost so much. It's such an initial investment, you know. And Jonathan here was like, dude, these pins will sell themselves. I guarantee it. And to this date, they kind of do and have been selling themselves, you know. So, and actually, we got a friend that's a wholesaler, and he actually got 60 of them stolen from him.
Really?
Like they're in such a demand that I guess they followed this dude around. Whatever happened, but they broke into his homie's car and stole the stereo and his gang, his group of hat pins. Not just Weed Pimps, but he had 60 of ours. And these people took them, and so there's bootleg Weed Pimp. Long story short, bootleg hat pins out there right now. Like,
I haven't heard this story yet.
that sucks for him, and it does, and I feel horrible. But to me, end game, it's a little flattering because there's bootleg Weed Pimp now out there, unauthorized Weed Pimp going on. That's when you know you made it.
Yeah,
I had
right.
a grinder taken from a merch table once, and I was like, man, they really wanted that.
That's a testament for numbering those things, go, because if he had like a certain set of 60, we would know exactly who stole them.
Right. Yeah. Right when some guy walks in the room with, hey, check out, I got 30 of these. You're like, I know, and I got the police outside. So we want to talk to them.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. We jumped on a promotional deal during 420. Now, when we went to reorder the pins, you guys hooked us up with that same deal again, which was a phenomenal deal.
Phenomenal deal.
For sure. If you get in on any kind of promotion that we're offering at any time, we're always going to offer you that same promotion. That's just part of the deal. The promotions will change from month to month, and they kind of go just depending on what the market's demanding at that particular time. But it's something we'll always honor. So you come back to us, that'll always be the same price for that same thing. We're always going to do that for you.
That's phenomenal. I mean, me and J-Dub and I were talking once we figured out how great of a deal this is and just how awesome we thought these pins were. And we were
You
like,
kind of had to talk us into doing.
yeah. And we were like, man, we need to order more. And J-Dub and I's both response to each other was, well, now they're probably going to be like $1.50 more, or maybe $2 more or something, because we got in on that deal.
Right.
We were so stoked to find out that if you get in whatever promotional deal you get in on, you're locked in for life on that price.
We hung up the phone. I remember when we looked at each other and we were like, these guys are good dudes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
these guys do business right.
Yes.
Because we can't afford $1 million on each specific avenue of Weed Pimp. You know what I mean? So like the initial investment has already paid itself back. You were 100% right on that. We have a handful of them left, and we're already talking new designs at the same honored price. Like, there's no reason not to get into this hat pin thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're the best billboard ever because these kids go crazy. They're like baseball cards. They trade these things for cash, for weed, for dabs. Like, it's crazy. I watch this stuff in the clubs happen, and I'm like, really?
So where do you put these promotional deals? When can people maybe check out your website and look for whatever deal they want to jump on?
For sure, always on social media. Our website will always feature the same promos that we have on social media, but we know that more traffic is hitting social media. So Instagram, Facebook, for sure. I know as of right now, the promo that we're running is 250 pins of any size that we offer. We'll get you 100 pins free. So you're out the door with 350 pins for the price of what it would cost to do 250.
Nice.
And that's our current promotion that we're running. So, and we'll do that probably through the end of the month, and then we'll figure out something else for the end of summer promo, something like that.
I know for us doing T-shirts, we charge per color. Is that the way that these happen?
No, the colors, like I said earlier, we did the 18 color
Yeah.
pin. I didn't charge that guy for all the colors that he used at all. The only thing that was extra on those pins was like if you do the numbering, if you do the glow and the glitter and stuff like that, there's an extra cost associated with those, but it's pretty minimal. You're looking at 12 cents extra per pin to do something like that. So
That's awesome.
I mean, even at 1,000 pins, or an extra $120.
Right. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, to
And you
really
make
elevate the pin.
Yeah, you
know?
make that off of 10 pins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Less than 10 pins, really. So phenomenal deals, man. We really appreciate you coming on the show. Not only that, bringing us 3 huge bags of brand new Weed Pimp pins.
I'm glad I made it. Traffic was fucked up.
and just so we can testify to the customer service, it's Friday. It's 6:15 Colorado Springs time, wherever you're tuning
And he's
in.
got to
This
drive
guy
an hour and a
lives.
half home.
No. It's almost 3. It's like
That's
3
an
hours.
hour and 45 minutes.
Oh,
I can do an hour, yeah.
to Loveland. It's
Denver, Loveland, not
Oh,
Not
not
Ski
Ski Town.
No,
Okay,
no.
I was like, damn.
North of Denver.
Okay, yeah. Well, either way, man, it's an hour and a half through rush hour, through I-25 traffic on a Friday. And like he already alluded to, he has children at home, and every time I talk to him, I can hear these kids in the background. Like, this is a family dude.
Yeah.
And he's running a very successful business. So hats off to you, bro.
Yes, sir.
On
So
a
think about
Friday.
my kids. I don't go anywhere without them.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, much love to you. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. That was awesome.
You got it, brother. Thank you. So that was custom hat pins. Any hat pins that you're looking for, doesn't even have to be marijuana related. You're looking for something for your shop, you're looking for some name pins, whatever.
Auto clubs do hat pins a lot. Clubs like that, like the
90% of our business is business to business. It's your store logo. It's your what represents you, your brand. That's 90% of what we do. I like doing the artistic pins, but like you were saying, it's better than a T-shirt. It's better than a billboard. This is an extremely awesome way to advertise for yourself without throwing a lot of cash down, and it has a return. So
it's got some great return, I might add.
It's the baseball card of right now. I can't stop comparing them because I used to be a baseball card, a sports card kid.
That's what I'm saying. People trade them.
For anything. Like, yo, I'm a little short. You got me on a couple cheeseburgers or something. He's like, well, you have got that extra Incredible spin over there,
we were at when we were at the Cannabis Cup here in Denver. I had one of my clients' pins on my board just to show what we can do. and it's a Jordan dab pin, whatever.
I have that pin.
Do you?
Yeah.
I had people trying to give me $50 for that pin just to buy it off my board, and I kept pushing them to my homeboy's website. I'm like, you can go get it at the website. And they're like, I want it right now. I'll give you $50 for it. So, like you said, not only people trading them, they get crazy with them. I mean, they're like, I got $100. Give me that pin.
Now you have my phone number, so if anybody needs that Jordan pin for $50 or $100, I got you. I'll go to the website.
Yeah, man. There's like for instance, what I was, kind of joking around with yesterday was like, there's Star Wars series of like dab. There's like dab Yoda, dab Darth Vader, dab whatever their specific says on that hat pin. But there's series that come out, and if you're that kid that has all of them except for the dab Vader or whatever that particular pin's called, you will go to great lengths. It's like walking into the baseball card store going, when the McGuire Sosa thing was hot, everybody was buying a Mark McGuire rookie card anywhere they could find it. You know what I mean? And now that card's worth 5 cents or whatever. But while it was hot, which hat pins are right now, you got to get in because billboard, collectiveness, just making it's something that they like to see at your table at an event. They're like, here's a business card. Oh, they got hat pins. That would look sick next to my blah 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 blah. I learn about hat pins every day. It's amazing. I'm fascinated by it.
Well, you kept mentioning social media and whatnot. We'll promote the hell out of you on social media, but if there's a pin that you can't find, we'll try and help you find that damn thing too. So let us know.
Okay. All right. So
we're pretty tied into the pin network these days, so we got lots of friends. We can reach out.
And if you still can't find it, you can make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on, man. Today's kind of cruising by, man.
We said we were gonna do it quick.
Yeah,
we were gonna do it quick.
I got a weekend to get to.
Yeah, we said we were gonna do it quick.
Dude, we're so inconsiderate. We were actually in Denver yesterday.
Oh, were you?
And didn't hit you up. We could have saved you a half a damn hour. An hour.
Yesterday was a busy day anyway. No worries.
We had to go up and meet with one of our team, but yeah, man, damn, I just thought of that. I was like, oh, God.
Right on. Well, thank you for joining us today. We are the Weed Pimps. Make sure you check us out on letstalkpop.com, broadcasting out of the K-High Studios. Hit up this phone line. We might be in the mood to give away another pair of tickets at 719-591-KUSH.
Stop by the weedpimpstore.com. Grab a hat.
Well, Gary, good seeing you, sir. Well, man, I'm glad I could come out and get you all. Anytime I can make the drive out here, I want to come just watch it. Hey, so really cut down when you find out. Hell yeah.
And dude, thank you for the.
My sister-in-law lives like, we should be here more often.
This is my wife.
Enjoy that. All right,
This is,
okay.
Johnny Jackson.
Okay.
With custom hat rings.
Okay.
I love pot and all that stuff.
Make the drive.
Was guys I love pot?
Guys, I love
Charles?
pot. Yeah. Well, Charles works for both of us. He's basically our tour manager. As far
Quiz
as,
or whatever.
yeah, Quiz.
Facebook.
He's the one that takes care of all of the on-the-run stuff. It's hardcore. I mean, every week he's at a different show, different convention. They're going to Bonnaroo next week, and then they're going.
That's a life.
They're all over the
Gotta
place.
be built for that.
Yeah,
You need to get
for sure.
help with you.
I've only gone to a couple of the shows, and I'm like, you guys.
Can you guys send us some festival links? Because we're new to the festival scene.
Oh yeah, for
Shows.
sure.
Because we're word of mouth event guys in town, and we've done great with that. And AJ up in Denver.
Well,
and
and
all
all of this is still real new to me too. Like graphics and all that, I've been doing my whole life. But getting into the marketing side of it, the festivals and all that. Guy has done that the last 10 years. That's what he does. That's how he got I Love Pot to be the thing he did. But yeah, definitely. Every time we sign up for something, I'll send you the same damn link.
Sure, yeah. We won't always be able to make it, but we just don't know all of them yet.
Yeah.
And we just hear
Our next
a
big
month
one is Seattle Hemp Festival for sure. And we're trying to work with them right now to do their fence. So
that'd be awesome.
that's the goal. But yeah, you guys have a great evening.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go feed the kids.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. For sure.
Safe travels.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Tired now. Started out tired and I've taken 5 abs. So. We have to go to Mayor still in my I should have messaged you because I guess I didn't see it. See?
Chiropractic.
Holy shit. First grandma commenting on the picture.
All right, here we go. Like them on Facebook or give them a call at 719-687-2978. No better quality. It's a Best at the Nest.
Oh, fucking people.
If the weed talk on K-High is giving you a contact buzz, then just turn it down a little. K-High, the weed talk station.
This is Cruising Ken from Mile High Sound, and you're listening to the Weed Pimp High Drive and Vibe on K-High.
Thanks,
What's up, smokers,
What's up?
medicators, chiefers, chiefettes, recreators,
Medicators.
regulators. You're on the K-High Radio Network, streaming on letstalkpot.com. Give us a jingle, 719-591-KUSH.
We are the weed pimps.
Man, I'm so excited these hat pins are here. We don't have to talk about it for too much longer, but
We have people asking us questions.
Recreating regulators.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we are
Dude.
the regulators.
Warren G is on the cover of Culture.
That's because he's going to be at the Ogden in Denver next week.
Yeah,
With
man.
DJ Quick.
It's because he's an original smoker.
I think he dropped DJ. He's just Quick now.
It says DJ Quick on the advertisement.
Really?
Yeah.
He dropped Quick a while back.
You mean DJ?
I mean, DJ, yeah.
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 It never did make sense to me. Is his name Dennis James or something? You know, like, because normally DJs don't rap. Because he had a rap career. He didn't DJ. You know?
Oh, stop it. Here
Yeah, I'm DJ.
Oh, yeah? Are you?
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling you that now.
DJ Pimp.
We got people
Yeah.
sending us messages asking about the Cloud Crawl. What's going on with that?
Man, we need we still got 4 seats available. So,
When is it?
well,
If I don't know when it is, that's about
we're trying to do it tomorrow,
Well,
but we've got to fill up these seats. So if we don't
Yeah.
fill up these seats, we will extend it for another week till we fill up the seats. It's
yeah,
probably kind
that's
of
your
our
baby.
fault.
No, that's your baby, and you've been distracted as late, which you are excused for, of course. You know, so
I've been
I
on
honestly
rock
think you
vacation,
should
I'm
push.
sorry.
I honestly think you should like send it off a couple weeks and work on it. You know, or,
Right. Yeah, we're going to do something with that. We might end up doing, and we had talked about it before we started it, maybe doing a bi-weekly or a monthly.
I already
something
know
like
you're
that.
talking to that homie Tim, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
What up, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for listening, tuning in always. And we can, however, still hang out tomorrow. We're going to be at, where are
420
we?
Speakeasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Gary, where are we going to be at? Tell Tim where we're going to be
Saturdays, it's pretty
So we can hang out and
fair
dab
to
him out.
say we're going to be at the 420 Speakeasy.
I'm going to
Unless
dab
there's
you
a
out.
cloud
Fool.
crawl. We do have Sage Francis at the Black Sheep on June 20th, so we'll be at the Black Sheep that Saturday. But typically Saturday nights you can catch us 420 Speakeasy. Some type of music going on.
Watch this, guys. This is always fun. So, Lanford Illy Bell, thanks for joining us for Tincture Bell today.
Thank
She
you.
came in to talk about how you can check them out and some of the new things they're doing.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
actually excited about this.
And you know what's real funny, Lanford, is that you're on YouTube right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they can see
We're
you
putting
no
you
matter what. So
on
you
the
might
spot.
as well.
Spot.
You might as well talk because see, like pull it up, Dust. Like there you
There you are, Lanford Illy Bell.
Right,
This is
yeah.
Lanford Illy. All right, so step up to that mic, Lanford, and let's talk about Tincture Bell.
My wife is the shyest person.
Yeah, she's struggling right now. Yeah.
Just talk to us. You're not talking to anybody else.
Yeah. So, what do you do at Tincture Bell?
I make the rubs and the lotions and the tinctures and all that good stuff on the
So,
top of
all
the
the
site.
stuff that does wonders on me.
Yes, yes.
That rub is amazing. You make that all by yourself?
Mhm.
All by yourself. You
All
don't
by
have like
myself.
someone that like watches
No,
over
I
you.
wish I
Like,
had an
now
assistant. I keep
remember,
asking, but I
Leanne, mix
don't.
these together. You do it all alone?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Dub, she deserves a medal or something, bro.
Maybe like a pimp, like, yeah.
I mean, it's not my recipe, it's Char's recipe, but
Does Tincture Bell have anything new coming out?
no, we have not had anything new, but we've been talking about wanting to do something new. So there might be something in the future. We'll just have to see what happens.
Tell us the line.
She answers
Tell
out
us the
like
line.
a politician.
Right?
Like, I know what I'm supposed to say, and that's what I'm gonna say, and I know what the truth is, and you shouldn't hear that.
So you guys have candy, you have the tincture, you have rub.
We have sucker punch.
Oh yeah, the drink, yes.
Peanut
You
butter.
have-
Drink that comes with a sucker.
Yes. Damn
There's a-
snickety peanut
And
butter.
then, like,
Did you just cuss on the radio?
I've never heard Leanne cuss. I don't think I've ever heard, like, maybe a shit once.
She just
or,
looked at me like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
I
right.
just cussed.
I'm about to cuss again.
If she did cuss on the radio, it would probably be the worst word imaginable. Like, you'd like, Lanford. Yeah. You guys do, like, hash caps, too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are recreational and medical?
Yes, we are. We're both.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring
And-
Weed Pimps High Drive at 5. We love you.
Where
Definitely.
can
We
people
love you
find,
guys.
you know, off the top of your head, list every dispensary that carries your stuff? Come on, Lanford.
My goodness.
Happy Buddha, SoCo, Green Cross,
All of Colorado Springs. or
Marisol
Colorado?
on the rec side and med side. And we're everywhere. We're all the way
Yeah,
to like,
you're-
I've been in Grow Life. I've seen you guys in Grow Life.
yeah, we're in Grow
Yeah.
Life.
What about, have you talked to, does High Country Healing have you? Because if not, we're going to
I
get
feel
found.
like they have had
Problem.
us. If not now, they have before.
The stuff that you guys make is all like really, really good. Like the rub especially, like
Pretty much everything's
Yeah.
made that week.
everything the
And then it
rub,
goes
like
out fresh.
you have a headache, you can put on your temples, you put on the base of your neck, like it will take the headache away.
It's good
Like
for
the rub
bug
is
bites.
really, yeah. Bug bites, yeah. Right now the mosquitoes are bad, so we've been using it
And it's good
that
for a
big time.
sunburn healer too.
Ooh, I've never tried that. I'm glad that I've spent several summers getting sunburned and you know
Did you
that
help?
and didn't tell me nothing.
Didn't Diff use it for her sunburn?
Yes, she did. And we have somebody's dad who is putting it on their bald head because they had eczema,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden little hairs started.
So it's growing.
Stop it!
Seriously.
Oh my gosh. Tincture Bell just Rogaine everywhere.
Yeah. You're telling me tincture, I mean, the salve, is it?
Yes, the rub, yeah, the salve.
The salve will regrow your hair
Well,
if you're
that's
bald.
what this guy claims. So
He's got like just little like it's just.
yeah, I just had little sprouts. I guess I don't know.
What was that movie back in the day in Lanford where they had like that where they would rub this they grew hair instantly? It was.
Oh, it was a Twilight movie type thing.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
It
they had
was
some
like,
rub where
scary
they had
movie.
like hair,
And
right?
he
Yeah,
just turned into
but it was like
That's
a kid's
Homer
hair,
Simpson.
right?
All right, Lanford Dilly Bell, you got anything else to tell us about the old Tincture Bell for
Just
Dilly
tell
Bell?
us how to find you on Facebook or somewhere.
We are at the Tincture Bell, and friend us on there. And then if you want us in your dispensary, just ask your local dispensary that you go to if we're not in there already, or a rec shop.
Right on. They can send you a message on that. That's a Facebook page.
Yes.
Tincture Bell.
Well, it's an actual. We have to friend request it, but yeah.
Okay.
But definitely message us.
Char, if you're listening, are you hearing this girl?
Yeah, that's like 4 minutes that she was on the radio talking.
Yeah,
she
and
didn't
then
pass
she
out
even
or
threw
anything.
in. She was like, blah, 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 blah,
She
blah,
talked, yeah.
recreational, and you can find them at blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, like oh my, like I'm proud of Lanford right now.
I'm thinking raise. I'm thinking raise.
Yeah,
Like, I'm just,
yeah.
You got to take care
Like
of
I
that
swear,
race,
because
you
one
know.
time I stopped in the middle of like a venue and I was like, "Everybody look at Leanne!" And everybody looked at Leanne, and she,
Literally
man.
pooped her pants.
Yeah, she was not comfortable.
It was
at
like,
all.
oh,
Everybody's looking at me. I don't even know how to dance.
Oh, that was fun to make her get on there.
that was.
I
I really didn't think she was going to jump on the mic.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Remember when we tried to get her to bring us back from commercial
every
one?
day. You know,
When we tried to get her to bring us back from commercial that one day, and she's like, "I don't think I can do it." She just did like a
Started
4-minute interview.
hyperventilating.
Yeah.
Turned red as a cherry.
Yeah.
Dang, ran for Delhi Bell for Delhi for.
I think once she
oh,
realized
so silly with a chest so.
Hello.
Oh, we make Gary blush.
oh, it's Friday.
It's like,
Finally,
F it, it's Friday.
It's Friday. We got like
TGIF.
less than 30 minutes to go.
Oh boy.
Dustin, what are you doing tonight? You just gonna hang out at the crib, or?
I really got no plans. Today's my first day finally feeling a little bit better of the sickness. I feel better, but my lungs are still a little rough. I still haven't been able to do a dab in like 2 or 3 days. So I don't know. I don't really know. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I gotta get flyers up around the city.
I really need to go check on our nighttime grow. I haven't been there in quite a while.
Wait, what? Like it's just abandoned?
No.
Oh, okay.
Gary Bird. It's in the same building that we go to every day.
Okay, I just instantly thought of a bunch of wasted products somewhere.
oh man.
You know, what do you think about a logo contest to start a new Beat Pimp logo?
Yeah, Dust and I have been kicking around for a while now. Like, we want to make I guess you could call it like a U-turn. We want to totally separate ourselves from any kind of confusion out there and come up with some badass Weed Pimp logo that the world hasn't seen yet at all. And now we've changed. Dustin and I each have a tattoo on our arm. It's
I got one too. I don't know why you leave me out of everything.
No, a direct rip-off of Warner Brothers. And we never made shirts of that or anything like that. Well, we made shirts that were similar, but we altered it even more.
I've seen a couple of those actually out
very
there.
old schools.
Yeah.
And damn it, what did you
talking about the logo contest?
Yes. So back to the Nice Stoner stuff.
Yeah.
We think we should have a contest. And how long should we give them? Till like the 15th or so? Same cutoff deadline for Rock the Canyon, or do you want to go longer? Or
I would like you send it in. I think we should come up with a package or something. Like, I'm not necessarily dead set on one logo. You know what I mean? If we end up with 3 badass logos, I'm willing to maybe pay some money for those. I'm willing to hook up a Weed Pimp package with some clothing. You know what I mean? Because it does take some
maybe
time.
1 year entry into everything we do.
Yeah,
for a year.
Something cool, man. Something worth it because
this will be around for a long time.
Yeah, and we don't want something that you threw together in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can throw something badass together in 5 minutes, more power to you.
But it doesn't need to be super intricate, at the same time, like an awesome use for everything logo, like
Diablo
logo.
Diablo and Gary are our graphic guys, kind of. We have a couple other people, but I think we want to go outside the box this time. These guys are busy as shit these days, so let's get some other brains, some other artistry out there.
Yeah, that was kind of my idea of bringing it up on the show. Is we're together all the time. Damn near can finish each other's sentences at times, you know what I mean? So let's get somebody out there that's not involved with us, maybe a graphic designer. And
we're going to have to make sure Diablo, we want to do that, because, Diablo probably right now just senses that we're talking about logos, so he's working on it at the wedding.
He'll have 97 pictures in our inbox in the next 15 minutes. He's like, look what I did. Look what I did. Look what I did.
I talked to him earlier today, and I was like, hey, man, I think we're going to start a logo contest or something like that if you want to start making some new logos. And
so I should check
he
my inbox.
paused. Yeah, no, he paused for about 3 seconds. He was like, minus the coffee.
Yeah.
I'm way ahead of you. So yeah, we will be experiencing an inbox overload here real shortly because when Diablo does
If you're
designs,
listening, Diablo, don't show them to nobody. Don't put them out before everybody sees them.
Yeah, man, because we're gonna run this contest. But
That
yeah.
dude just loves designing so much that he'll design things, and all of a sudden he'll be like, "That's the 45th tag I've got from Diablo with some kind of."
yeah,
Well, you got to realize he's also putting together a DJ set while he's doing that.
Yeah.
He's putting together the set for the night that he's gonna do at whatever bar or club or business that he's
Diablo's
spinning at.
always working on something.
Yes,
Like, always.
on 3 things at once, you know. But yeah, man. Where were we before we went off on a tangent on how Diablo inboxed us?
just a logo contest. Want to bring originality to it. We don't want it to be a rip off of anything. Like we don't want to rip off a Nike swoosh.
It's no longer the homies are wearing gear. You know, this is now something that we are spreading, and we want to have original clothing pieces.
Exactly. We want to be our own thing, and we have a similarity to the Warner Brothers shield in our shield now, and it does get confused sometimes, but we don't want that. So we're going to flip it around. Like J-Dub said, we're going to do a U-turn, hook up a design. It doesn't even have to have a shield in it. If you've got a different sort of shield idea that has nothing to do with Warner Brothers, something like that says Beep Him in it, sweet. Doesn't even have to be a shield. If you got a sick design that we can print on, you think would be sick on every shirt, let us know, man. Send us that picture.
I think someone needs to out there figure out how to get the WP in a body of a person kind of leaning with the cane, you know?
We also,
you know,
we got to stretch it. You're going to have to do double the homework, though, because we want to recreate a whole new female brand as well. Ganja Girl is awesome. It's gotten us to where we are, but I think there's other things out there that we could do with girls other than just one phrase. So get us a new Weed Pimp logo, get us a new female brand name and logo. Yeah, man.
And we're gonna set you up with a sick package. Maybe tonight we'll nail down what we're gonna hook up with that. And I think
it'll be very worth your while.
Yeah, a little cash will probably be involved. So you listen to the Weed Pimps on the K-Highs, Weed Pimps High Drive at 5 on Let'sTalkPot.com. Holla at your boy, 719-591-KUSH.
Get high, stay high.
WeedPimpStore.com.
WeedPimpStore.com.
Never know about that.
Everybody just saw that. It's a good thing you're on here about YouTube because it's going to make me a liar when I call you old all the time. I'm like, she's not that old.
Oh, sorry.
This is K-High.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I seriously think we can have a circus like that, you know, or I think we need to do the we evolve everyday people into making progress with the weeds and going down in one color and the rest of it in the other color.
Sweet, there's games and designs that can do that. Yeah, I want to see what that looks like on a computer and whatnot. Done with that.
And then the ribbon without the shield.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or it just says Weed Pimp across there.
And the big WP with
Yeah.
Weed Pimp across it.
Yeah.
It's fancy. You can even have, you know, design where it might be you have the WP and you could have weed going down right to the W and then pimp going down the inside of the P. So it's just the W, a big WP there.
Yeah, we're gonna get so many new teachers. Like it's a blessing, pretty much. I think. New sales campaign. Yeah.
No, it's talk to him. What's his name?
Did anybody tell me?
What?
Oh, yeah.
That he does.
Flattering.
He does. He does.
At this point. If there was numbers attached, it wouldn't be so flattering.
No.
Yeah, not at all. Because that's like OG.
You can hear
Yeah,
that in the headphones.
We need to get that letter back on it. I was thinking
I'm gonna take a picture of it. So I'll like post it.
I never got a letter. I just got an email.
Right here.
All right, here we go, boys. 17 minutes to the weekend.
Yeah, yo.
I hope you have the best weekend ever, Sona.
4 years in a row now, JD Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. To learn more, call 800 Quicken.
The new one. You want to see it? Let me do it.
Time to stretch that between and throttle down. Wild
Oh, that's
Ride
what I
Radio
did.
got you covered. We're talking motorcycles, tips, trips, laws, events, and rides in the
I let
wind.
them
We got
watch
the info riders meeting. We are your dominant source for everything motorcycle. Join me, Dallas Hagerman, as we saddle up and ride every weekend.
Mike's live.
K-High Radio Network. I drive at 5 with the Weed Pimps on letstalkpot.com.
Yeah. We are in the final segment
Of the week.
of our final day
Wow.
of the week.
Yo,
Tomorrow we don't have to be nowhere at 5.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. It never happens. Every blue moon. I want to give a quick shout out to our boy that was just here in town, J. Ross of Soul Lifted. He's actually going to be part of the 3rd annual Lake Tahoe Reggae Festival. And I haven't been to that or anything. I don't know much about it. But your boy is on stage with Iration, Modest Yahoo, The Expendables, The Green, Fortunate Youth. Like
I'm
his
telling
name
you.
is next to like this dude is his talent is getting noticed because
Yeah.
he's right here with all these headliners. So
When
right underneath them.
and
So,
see, as
kudos.
we're all finding out now, it's pretty much if we throw an event. I mean, whether you've heard of them or not, they're gonna have some talent and you're gonna enjoy it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like
Nobody heard of the Beatles in the year before they blew up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And we like the last consecutive weeks of just amazing performances, you know, and people constantly coming up, who are these guys, you know, and just because you haven't heard of a name, if we're attached to it, they're gonna have talent. It's gonna be a good time.
Guys, I got a very important story. This is done by NBC News. This story actually came out on March 23rd of this year at 5:04 in the morning. Very important to know about Colorado marijuana. Very important study. It says here, make sure you turn up your radios. Everybody needs to know
This is the most important news we have ever said
on this show.
on the show. Yeah, this is it. This is what's gonna get us a Pulitzer or whatever.
This is the story. Colorado marijuana study finds legal weed contains potent THC levels.
What?
Yes, I'm
What?
serious. I'm not kidding.
Potent?
Yes. This is not your father's
ladies
weed.
and gentlemen, please
Oh,
look around
man.
the room you're in right now. Remember the surrounding you're in. Mark your calendars.
It's official. Colorado marijuana contains potent THC levels.
Yes,
Potent.
THC levels.
Man, and they go on to say how your father's weed, the weed back in the day, contained maybe 10%, well below
were typically well below. So I feel sorry for the people that were smoking weed back in the day.
10% is what they used to smoke. Now
Well
they say
below. It says well below 10% now
18.7.
is the average. And some of the stuff we smoke is more like 28, 29, 30.
It says here,
you know, like,
Well, that
average-
average was 23 yesterday.
Average THC levels 18.7%, and some retail pot contains up to 30% more of 30% THC or more, according
They don't
to
even
the
get into
research
dabs.
released on Monday. This was released on Monday.
Oh man,
Yes.
I cannot do. They are breaking
news.
Like, be careful if you're coming from the 70s to now, because the weed is more potent. And it's not just Colorado. You're gonna get in the 20s if you're getting weed pretty much anywhere right now. You know, like there's weed everywhere that is bought. So if the last time you smoked was in the 70s, it's more potent now.
Dude, they used
And
to
NBC
brag
just
about
broke that.
Acapulco Gold, China White. Like there was some strains, African Red back in the day. Like all these strains you hear about, and they bragged about them. But back then, like you said, there wasn't the average of 18. There was the average of probably 7. Yeah,
It says
they
well
say it's-
below.
Yeah,
Oh,
right,
so
right,
well
right.
below.
So it's probably
To
the
me,
average
well
of 4
below
or
isn't
6
half.
or so.
Well below isn't half.
When you showed
know,
up to the
like-
party with Acapulco Gold and it's rocking 10%, like you're fading out the room because
can
they're
you
used to the
imagine?
Reggie high, you know.
Could you imagine if we fell into a hot tub and woke up in the 70s and we were
Yes,
trying
bro.
to, dude, we would smoke up. We would be like, I need more. No,
I would start growing weed right
Yeah,
there and
right.
blow people's minds.
Yeah, they'd be like 13 feet.
That's 2 people. That's 2 people tall right there.
Hey, Tammy, man, would you come take a look at this plant right here? This Dust WP character right here from the feature right here. Look at this, 13 feet, baby Jesus.
Where'd this lady come from?
Some 70s hillbilly town.
Right? Yeah, so that's pretty funny. I just tried to.
Dude, I got something
And
that's
NBC's
kind of
probably high-fiving. We broke the story.
right.
Weed is more potent in Colorado.
I got a story that's kind of a big deal. Little People, Big World, Matt and Amy are getting divorced. I guess they couldn't work through all the little problems. My little stab at humor. I'll be here all night if you need me. Another show at 9:30, ladies and gentlemen. No, but they really are getting divorced. That's a real story.
That sucks for them.
It does.
What's going on High Times?
Hey, shout out Richard Dabbs, one of Earl Dabbs' homies. It's his birthday. One of our homies, but that's how by way of Earl Dabbs. So shout out Richard Dabbs. I think he's up in Denver these days, partying down. So have a great birthday.
What are you looking at right there?
Nico's Nuggets. You know.
Just pictures of nugs
You know.
that people cannot see.
Yeah. I want to
That's
give a
a good
shout out to
show.
Sonar, man. That's my dude. I haven't
Yeah.
got to see him in a while.
He
talk
makes
to him
us
in a while.
sound good, sound
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah,
We give a shout out to everybody else. We got to give one to Sonar.
right.
Real quick, we just decided recently, if you are a food vendor and you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
bring your food to the masses,
Rock the Canyon.
we just dropped the vendor price for food vendors down to $200, and it will also get 2 people into the festival for the whole weekend. So that's our little promo Rock the Canyon package right now.
So if you have a food truck, go ahead and do the math on that. All weekend you get to serve food to a bunch of stoners, and you only have to pay $200 to do so. You're going to make
Last year,
Nice.
Rub and Grub did well, Treehouse did well,
Green Line did
Light
well.
did well.
Yeah.
like everybody, the slushies that were out there.
Sold out. That dude sold out of stuff.
Yeah, he had a couple left at the very end, and he ended up just hooking up about 10 kids, or he probably saved them on purpose, knowing those guys. But
And we're gonna
Yeah,
need
but-
more food than we had last year. So don't think just because we got a few food vendors already that you're not gonna make money, because people want variety. We're gonna be smoking a lot, eating a lot. So
Here's
food vendors hit us up.
Here's a you were in Texas story. Normal, their entire wakeboard team was arrested at the cliff diving competition in Texas. This was just brought out June 5th. Last week, all 5 members of Normal's wakeboard team were arrested for possession of marijuana as they sat on their competition ski boat at the Red Bull cliff diving competition at Possum Kingdom Lake in Bradford, Texas. 8 game wardens swarmed in on 4 different boats and surrounded them before boarding
Just for
the.
publicity.
Yeah, before board, and that's just how Texas does. Like
'Cause it was
these
probably
guys probably
before
had a
the
quarter.
quarter.
I have an
Yeah,
important
right.
Texas story because you just said Texas and June 5th.
I'm
And
still reading this one.
sorry, shout out to my
Damn,
son.
Pablo.
Shout out to my son in Dallas. It's his birthday, 7 years old. Daddy loves
Today?
you. I know you're not listening yet today. I know you're not listening. You're not allowed to, but the rest of the world can know that it's my son's 7th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yo, Brooke, tell him happy birthday. Yeah, Gary.
Yeah, she's probably
The
listening.
game wardens allegedly found.
Are you ready for this, J-Dub?
4 boats, 8 wardens. The game wardens allegedly found less than 3 grams of pot on
So
one
it
of the
wasn't
team
even 8.
members, who immediately took full responsibility. Although there was no evidence that anyone had smoked anything on the boat, that fact did not stop the game wardens from arresting everybody. They hauled off all
That's a
5
true
team
story.
members and took them by boat on a 2-hour trip to a crowded makeshift shack to be processed. Dave Sloan, attorney, all 5 men were strip searched despite being in bathing suits,
Oh yeah.
held overnight, and released on $1,500 bond each the next day.
Damn, that's cheaper than my
3
Texas
grams. Okay,
You know what?
crazy. 3 grams of pot, and they coming in on you like you're moving 20 pounds of cocaine.
Right? Yeah, that's bullshit. Because you know what? I
Their
really
boat had
got
a weed leaf on it, so they were just making a spectacle. to
It's
show the
normal,
rest of the
yeah.
Texans.
those 5 dudes couldn't even smoke those 3 grams, and it affect them.
Yeah.
Right.
You
My
know,
question is this: is like Dustin and I don't take and eat the weed into the courthouse up in Denver when we're protesting or something like that, right? Or
Yeah.
doing or researching or talking to somebody up there about a law. We don't take our pipe in there. Normal's been around for so long. Why did these guys have weed on the freaking boat in public?
In Texas.
Leave it at the freaking hotel.
Oh, if I'm on a boat in Texas doing something, I'm probably gonna have weed on me, and that's why I'm
Well,
not gonna be on a
and
boat
when-
in Texas.
And when
you
they
know,
swarm you, you can't be like,
no, but if
I'm
you're in
eating
the
that
country,
shit.
and you know what? No, you're in the water, fool. Like like it's go 3 grams. I'd be like, yep, there it goes, the water. There you go. Speaking of, have you guys seen that video of the van that got pulled over, and they have the cop,
The balloons?
yeah, the cops van,
Yes.
and it showed they rolled down their window and balloons went flying away. They put their drugs on balloons, and they were like, prove it, prove it.
Yeah.
Drugs are floating away in the sky. Prove it.
Yep, I did see that. Man, we are running out of time today. We want to wish you a very merry, happy Friday. Have a very safe and sunny weekend. And that's about it, man. I'm Dust WP.
The beard.
JWP reminding you to check out Rock the Canyon on Facebook.
We'll see you Monday.
Peace. Stay blazed. WeedPimpStore.com. Support the movement.
I expect that back.
Just enjoy your life.
Finally legalized. Simply by looking in my eyes. Open your eyes, cause it's a weed pill nation, baby.
With Diablo, Dustin, J Dub, and Gary.
This is K-High.
All right, boys, good show. Y'all have a great weekend.
Thank
Bye,
you,
Gary.
sir.
Thank you.
Y'all be easy. Peace.
Peace. Remember to stop the YouTube. Peace, pips.